I'm on my way to town. This is my first trip to town in more than a week because of the landslide. I have an interview for the newspaper that I work for today, so I need to get there on time, so I'm leaving a little bit early. Someone mentioned on my last video that the people in Ketchikan seem pretty resilient. When I talked to them down when they were waiting for shuttle boats to take them around the landslide, because our only road was blocked by the landslide for the last 5 days. Today's the first day they finally made a little bypass road, which apparently is called a shoe-fly road. Have you ever heard of that term? I hadn't. Anyway, I think people in these small Southeast Alaska communities do tend to be a little more resilient, a little more self-reliant, because we're not only small towns, but we are completely isolated. We can't just drive to the bigger town that's an hour away or something, and we're just used to inconveniences. First of all, the weather here is not as sunny and pleasant as other places. We get almost 15 feet of rain a year here, compared to Seattle that gets about 40 inches of rain a year. And we don't have a lot of the conveniences. We do not have a Costco. We don't have a Whole Foods. When we order something off of Amazon, it doesn't take 1 or 2 days to get here. The fastest we can get something from Amazon is about 4 or 5 days. I actually ordered a camera and a mic to make these videos better, make my audio a little better, and it has been a month since I ordered it. I don't think it's Amazon's fault, but Amazon, I talked to them twice and they refused to either give me a refund or to help me with that. I think it was just lost in the USPS system. So we just have some hassles that are more difficult. The closest place to fly to, the closest city, is Seattle. That is about an hour and a half flight south of us. We can't even fly quickly to a big city in Alaska because it takes about 4.5 hours to fly to Anchorage up north. So if we need to quickly get to a bigger city, it's always Seattle. So there's just a lot of inconveniences living here, and if something happens, we have to be pretty self-reliant and fix it ourselves, our municipality. And so when the landslide happened, people immediately jumped in to pick up friends and even strangers on their boats to give them a ride via water around the landslide, because this is our only road. And I'll show you a map here that shows where my home is, where the landslide is, and where town is. Town is usually about a 20-minute drive away, and not too bad. Our highway follows the water, so when the landslide came down, we were unable to get to town via road. My youngest son was taking the water shuttle. There were a few companies that also set up free water shuttle service, and then people were just using their private boats, their own boats, or getting rides with friends. And people were just adapting. They would have their one car trapped on one side, and then if they had a friend trapped on that side, they would lend their car to that friend, and then they would borrow that friend's car on this side, the north side. So we've all had to adapt. I was really lucky. I work from home, and I was at home working when the slide happened at 11 a.m. last Thursday. It's Wednesday now. And so we had enough groceries, and we had our cars here. This is the side of town where our favorite walking trails are, so we were able to take the dogs for walks as usual. And so anyway, so this will be my first time actually being near the landslide, so I'll try to get a little footage for you as I drive by. And here is the slide project. Road. Thank goodness, first day in 6 days that we could drive through like this. It was one lane road for about a day. And there was a pilot car with flaggers helping people through, so it was extremely slow. So we are through. Time to get some errands done, talk to the retiree that I'm going to be talking to. She's retiring after 30 years with the same organization, so I need to get there. I needed to get some gas, I needed to get some groceries. So they're still working on the slide. There's still some dangerous rocks to deal with. Some of the rocks are huge, so they've had to break them up bit by bit and then reassess with the engineers. So it's a long process, but now we can get through and town is alive again.